It's the Breaking Atoms podcast where we break things down to the very last compound. My name is Sumit, aka a piece of shit.
And my name is Chris Mitchell, aka the actual factual.
Hey man, how you doing, man?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
I'm a piece of shit. I just realized.
I mean, if that's what you want to say to yourself, you tell me, be kind to yourself, Chris. Speak nice things to yourself, Chris. And if that's what you want to call yourself, I'm a rock with it. We'll make it work.
No, what it really is I am really the potty mouth of the South. So I wouldn't be in character if I wasn't swearing at the very top of the episode. So I have to be swearing at all times. I realize that's my niche, or as the Americans call it, niche. My niche is I have to swear. That's my value that I offer to this podcast at this point, is to swear every third word. But today, we have a very special guest, someone who is fan requested, someone that obviously we are well aware of and have much regard for. I would characterize him as an aficionado, a real lover of the craft and the art. When I read interviews or watch interviews, I see things that I'll be like, yo, I do that too. I like this guy. Like, I really resonate with the, hey man, I'm just going to do it all myself. Fuck you all. I don't give a shit. It's for the music. I'm going to collect everyone. And he has a real good ear for music. And obviously we're going to get into it. And we're going to talk about Soundtrack, who I fucking love. But we are with the one, the only DJ House Shoes. How you doing, man?
I'm good, brother. I'm happy to be here. I appreciate y'all giving me some shine. You know what I mean?
Oh, no. First, we should give all love and due to Sean Sean Kantrowitz, who I call my brother, and then he says to me, bro, I don't know you. We've never been in the same room as each other. Why are you calling me your brother? I was like, yeah, you're right. Okay, I'll call you my virtual brother then. He said, that's okay. That's okay.
Splitting hairs. We just splitting hairs. We all each other's brothers if you want to get down to it.
I'm not his brother. Shoot, I'm not his brother.
Listen, bro, you ain't got the bloodline to be a part of my family life. We're really gonna go there. You gotta relax. I come from Kings, bro. Now,
man, we had this conversation the other time about how I'm brown. I was born a king, but that's okay. It's okay. But no, shoes, you're here. Listen, we appreciate you. And we've got a lot to get through, and we'll jump around. But one of the first things I want to talk to you about is the label, SCM. Let's get straight to that with the new releases. I mentioned Soundtrack. He's unbelievable. I love the flip stuff that you got with him. I mean, he put something on his Instagram months ago. It was a flip of the Song Cry sample, and I've not ever managed to get it out of my head in the way he's chopped that. So talk about the new releases on the label, working with Soundtrack, mic and keys, and let's get into the kind of promotion side right at the top before everyone drops off listening. So let's do that.
Street Corner Music was a record store that I started working at maybe 1994, so damn near 30 years ago. It was the first record store that allowed me to be a buyer. They trusted me with their money, you know what I mean? And when I was getting ready to start the label up proper, I couldn't think about what to name it. And it came to me about a week later. I was like, they were the first ones that trusted me with the bread to kind of curate the shelves and the ears of their customers. And yeah, 10 years, this is the 10th year of the label. Basically instrumental hip hop. I'm good with beats, you know what I mean? We just dropped the Mike and Keys record. Me and Mike and Keys were playing tag for years, and then Nip passed, and I went to the studio, and Mike looked at me and said, we want to do a record on Street Corner Music. Usually I'm the one approaching.
Right.
I don't take projects, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, well, guess what the fuck you about to do? But yeah, it's definitely, it's all personal. It's a labor of love, you know what I mean? The foundation of the foundational goal for the label is just existence. It's a very low ceiling that I keep just to kind of protect my heart. You know what I'm saying? Because this is all I know. This is all I do. And it's very easy for this shit to get ruined just like that by not keeping your eye on the sparrow. You know what I'm saying? So I'm blessed and honored to be the vessel, man. You know what I mean? Somebody's music makes me feel some kind of way. Usually if it makes me feel some kind of way, there's a bunch of other people it's going to make feel some kind of way too.
Yeah, I feel that. I keep my eye on the sparrow and you keep a low ceiling. I felt that. Tell me about street corner music, the store, because my happy place is a record store.
Right.
When I go into record stores, I just like touching vinyl and CDs. Even if I'm not going to buy at a particular time, I just feel it. Like, take us back in time, walking into street corner music, the record store. Like, what was the vibe like? You know, staff members, teams, and what kind of music were you listening to? Do you remember any particular albums from that time?
It's actually a really, really, really crazy story. About 5 years ago, I went to a photo exhibit. It was a B+ exhibit. It was him and Danny Hastings and a third photographer I can't remember. And I walked in and I was greeted with 3 Danny Hastings covers, Cuban Links, 36 Chambers, and Hard to Earn, all pressed from the original negatives. It was like a fundraiser for this school for children, and they were like $300-$400 a piece. I ain't never spent no money like that on nothing. When I first walked in, I just looked at it like, man, this shit is gorgeous. Like, wow. And something kept calling me back to it. You know what I mean? And I was leaving, and the Wu-Tang joints had sold, and the Hard to Earn sitting there, and something's just telling me, man, you got to cop that shit. And I copped it, and 2 weeks after the show was done, I brought it home and I unwrapped it, and I fucking realized that I went to street corner music for the first time to buy Hard to Earn.
Wow.
I went to fucking street corner music. I heard about this record store. It's like a mile from the crib. And I fucking asked them if they had Hard to Earn, and I knew they wouldn't have the vinyl. I thought they'd just have the CD, so I asked for the CD, and they were like, we're sold out of the CD, but we got 1 copy left of the album. And, you know, I grabbed it. I go on the floor. I'm doing Snow Angels and shit. And I'm like, man, this spot is dope. You guys need any help? And they were like, we don't have a budget for another employee, but we could pay you in credit. So the day I went to street corner music to buy Hard to Earn was the day I was hired at street corner music.
Full circle.
I got hired at St. Andrews Hall like a month later. And I fucking met JD like 6 months later in the same spot. You know what I mean?
You know what? It makes me reflect on, you know, what Sumit said in the intro about you being a connector of people and record stores being, you know, a connector of community, not just for music lovers, but for people. And it's made me think, about 6 months ago, I was in New York. I was staying in Ocean Hill, and I became very frustrated, Shoes, because I'm like, where are all the record stores? Like, I'm thinking, this is New York. Where are the record stores? And I'd love to hear from you as someone who worked in record stores, has a label. Can you talk about the importance of the record store in a community sense and what it brings to a community and why they're important?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we're the curators. I mean, of course, record stores are in business to sell records. You know what I mean? You're not making your money off of it. The people who really fucking love music. You're making money off of these motherfuckers coming to buy a $50 like Taylor Swift record or something. That's what keeps the lights on. But it's church for us, for music lovers. I mean, I'm not a religious person at all. I'm not really that spiritual. Music, hip hop is my fucking church. You know what I mean? So that's where I would have sermons in there. I'd be on my high horse talking my shit and, you know, just doing the most that I can. I would break a record on a Friday night at St. Andrews, but then you could come and buy it from me the next day at Street Corner Music. It was an immediate bridge. You know what I mean? We couldn't stream shit back in the day. You was lucky if you got your hands on some mixtapes. So I was really proud of that. Like, not only did I really just wanted to always play new music for people. I wanted to get the shit first. You know, when I'm fucking 10 years old, my pop's taking me to the record store on the weekends. You know what I mean? Am I going to get this Sir Mix-a-Lot tape, or am I going to get Straight Outta Compton? You know what I mean? Like, all those memories and just sharing it. I love music a lot, but I don't want to just sit in a room and listen to it by myself for the rest of my life. The joy one of the main joys I get out of it is sharing it with other people. You know what I mean? And that's what we doing still, 30 years later in the game. From selling people records to making music and producing to selling people records, like street corner music, my catalog. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I feel you, man. There was a spot in London I used to go to. I picked up like Little Brother. I got put onto Living Legends. I would walk in there and they'd save stuff for me. They'd be like, "Oh, we think you might like this," and I'm like, "Okay." And then they introduced me to Buff One.
You build relationships. The relationships you have with the record store are some of the most important early relationships in our lives, where you really start to understand, like, damn, they don't talk to everybody that walks through the door. They talk shit about the majority of the people that walk through the door, but they stop and talk to me every time. You know what I mean? You build it. I mean, there's a lot of record stores now. Honestly, it died for maybe a decade, but there's so many fucking record stores out here. I'll tell you, the cheat code, and it's Pandora's box. It's absolutely devastating if you don't have self-control. But there's an app called the Vinyl District.
Yeah.
And it's a global, location-based app that will tell you, like, hey, bro, there's a record store 300 yards away. And then there's one 1.5 miles away. And then the one, you know what I mean? It's devastating. Like, be careful with it.
Listen, like my dad is like in his 70s, so I was explaining to, because I'd gone to the record store. See, Alchemist was here, and I was going to go to the pop-up store for Alchemist in London, but I don't live in London anymore. Right. And then I canceled. I was like, screw that, but I'm going to go to my local record store and spend a couple of hours there. So on the way back, I'm calling my dad, and he's like, "Where'd you go?" I went to the vinyl store. "What do you mean?" I was like, "I bought some records. I bought like a 70s vinyl, like 70s Bollywood vinyl. Bought like some Major Figure stuff. I bought I bought some stuff, right?" And I'm explaining to him, I said to him that, when we go on holiday as a family, me, my wife, and obviously my child now, but when we'd go away, I would use Vinyl District or Discogs as a way to go, right, we're going Valencia. Where's the nearest record store? Okay, we can't stay here because it's too far. So I would, sadly, she won't listen to this, thankfully, but get hotels booked near a record store so that I could then go, right, I'm off, I'm going to do my own thing. Like Valencia, I picked up like this Frank Sinatra like vinyl, which is all in Spanish, right? It's him in English, but I just love the fact that it's a Spanish press. And Vinyl District and things like that are just amazing for that. Because for me, like, I don't drink, right? I'm not an alcoholic. But sometimes I feel like the record store owner, when I go in and I know them, is like the same feeling as someone goes to a bar and is speaking to a barmaid or a bartender.
It's the same exact therapeutic fucking thing, yo. Like, there might be a bottle that ain't on the shelf. You know what I mean? Because everybody that works in a record store has got their stash.
Yeah.
They got like a personal, like, I would usually have like a personal stash. And then, like, if there was some crazy like dollar record shit that would come in, I just tuck it for the homies. You know what I mean? The expensive records got to go up over the wall because you start getting yelled at if you're tucking all the expensive shit. But the dollar records, I don't give a fuck about that. Homie come in like, "What you got?" $1. But that was a taught behavior because I learned that from being treated that way.
Yeah. When I moved from, a record store popped up. And it was good because, record store day, I'd do record store day, but I'd also like to go to the record store, right? But I walked in and his name was Vince. And, I got friendly. I'm a friendly kind of dude and I talk a lot. So I'm a friendly kind of dude. And then he's like, "What you into?" I said, "Look, I like everything, but my things are, I'm looking for some funk, some soul, some Lenny Williams, some Patrice Rushen, and some hip hop." And he said, "Okay." And so he saw me just rolling through everything. And I might go buy some stuff from The Who or whatever. I have an eclectic taste, right? If there's a TV show and there's a song I like, I'll Shazam it and go, right, I'm buying that vinyl, right? It's like things like that. And then he was like, "Yo, I've got like 3 crates of hip hop in the back that I haven't put out yet. Do you want to go through them all?" And I just spent a good, that's it. Boom, boom, boom.
I think, bro. I went to Record Time one time when a dude had just dropped off like 10 crates. And I probably spent like $600 that day. You know what I mean? Like, it's the luck of the draw. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's something. A lot of people don't get lucky like that because, I mean, that shit, back in those days, 2 hours later, the calls that went out and the birds have come and eaten. You know what I mean? It's just a skeleton left.
Yeah, but Chris is right. Like, back in the day, you'd have people that would just save stuff for you.
Yeah,
and you'd
it
go
made
pick
me
it
feel
up on a
special.
Saturday. Yeah,
it made me feel special. I remember when I went to the record store, the guy was just like, "Look, I've listened to this. I think you might dig it." It was Buff One Pure album.
Wow.
And when he played it, I'm like, "Who is this?
Wow.
I love this." So I ended up buying that album and Living Legends the same day, and I've been fans of them ever since. So yeah, record stores are important in terms of curating taste and shaping perspectives. And you guys talking is making me sad, man. I'm getting sad.
Nothing to be sad. It still exists.
I went to New York. I went to a New York record store. It was in Manhattan. That's probably my first mistake. And they had one Mary J. Blige CD and Ant Banks, and that was it in the hip hop section. That was it.
That makes me sad.
Just imagine a motherfucker handing you a $1 copy of, Lyman Woodard Organization, Saturday Night Special, Dorothy's Heart, Dorothy Ashby. You know what I mean? These records are hundreds, almost $1,000 now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it wasn't because somebody didn't know. It was because a homie worked there, and it wasn't a $1 copy. It was clean and a motherfucker. You know what I mean? I used to do that shit. When I was a buyer at a couple of shops, somebody would come in with a collection or a couple of crates, and if I didn't know them, I'd be like, "Look, I'm gonna pull some shit for myself, but just tell them you're giving them to me. I'm gonna pay them for you anyway, out of the store's money. You feel me? It's gonna go in there. Trust me." And if they didn't agree to that, I would keep that same stack and I'd just price them all 94 cents.
Love that.
And I work at the shop, so I'm paying probably like a quarter a piece for them.
Love that.
Most expensive record that I own, it's like a $700 record. I paid a quarter for it. You know what I mean?
That's mad. No, like when I this was, I would say, about 6-7 years ago now. I was in London. I think it was Sister Ray Records in Soho in London.
Yeah, that's the spot. Yeah.
I went there, and listen, let me tell you something, Shoes. They had a 94 original OG pressing of Illmatic for £11.
Wow.
The reissue was £20.
It's quite as much. Yeah.
So I'm like, what's wrong with this? And I was like, I checked it, and I said, can I play this? Yeah, sure. I'm playing it, I'm playing it over, and I'm playing it over again. Just checking if there's any bumps, scratches, if it jumps. Even if it does, I don't care. I was like, this is 94. I'm reading everything just to make sure, like, I ain't being duped here. £11, bro. £11 for a 94 OG pressing, and it's like clean. I was like, I'm gonna get this cleaned up. I've got the vinyl cleaner. I'm like, I ain't that's packed away. No one's touching that.
It still happens, man. It still happens, and the key is to know, like the DNA of the store. What is the store? Yeah. What do they like?
Yeah.
What is their moneymaker? Because if it's not like a hip hop store, they don't give a fuck. Or if it's a rock store, you'll fuck around and come up all crazy jazz shit or crazy soul shit just because they're not checking.
They're not checking.
98% of stores are run by Discogs now. I mean, the price range and shit, which is
absolutely that kind of even the level the playing field a little bit in terms of pricing, because you could.
It's destroyed the playing field.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Crater. There used to be a stadium there. It's just a big hole now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I actually saw someone come into the record store one time to sell some stuff, and they were looking on Discogs whilst they were checking the stuff in to see how much it was. I've paid some crazy money. I mean, a few months ago, Shoes, I said, let me just go to the record store and see what they got. And I found an original, a CD, Cellar Dwellers, The Last Shall Be First. I was like, oh my God, £25 for a CD.
Wow. For the CD?
I mean, I tell you, over here, you could probably find that at a thrift store for like $1. You know what I mean?
It's Cellar Dwellers, man. I needed it.
Do you know, we will absolutely move on to other things, but just to let you know, this morning, when I had to go see my daughter for a little bit, just look after her for a little bit, there's a charity shop near my grandmother's. It's a charity shop, and I just saw CDs and vinyl, and I had to go. It's like a calling. It's like, in Stranger Things, where the upside down world, whatever his name, the Demogorgon calls out for you. It feels a bit like that. So I just go in, and like on my knees, just going through crates of nothing. But I just needed to do it because it's therapeutic. That's just, you know.
Shout to Mr. Thing, man. The charity.
Yeah.
You ever go to his shop over there?
No, I haven't. His is down in, I think, Brighton area. But listen, Mr. Thing is one of the best DJs we have out here.
Well, I mean, above and beyond that, he's one of the greatest people you'll ever meet in your life.
Yeah.
He's a man. Listen, the older you get, records are good, but
people,
energy. Like he has a fucking incredible energy. He's just a very kind person. He's a fucking genius with his music.
Yeah,
and he's fucking done me so many solids. What a king.
Yeah. Shout out to Mr. Thing now.
Definitely.
You love that guy. Love that. Go on, Chris.
Now I was gonna say, let's go back in time a bit, Mr. Shoes. So in my CD hoarding days, I came across your album Let It Go. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Shoes, I didn't know what to expect. It's just house shoes, isn't it? You got a name we can trust. So I wanna go back to that album. Talk about the moment you realized, okay, it's album time, and tell me how you hooked up with I think it's Trez Records, because they've got a few of my favorite albums as well.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly could tell you, I forgot, but let me get a cigarette for this. Hold
on. All good.
While Shoes gets a cigarette, I want to go vinyl shopping, but it's too late. It's too late.
No, it's too late. Bro, you got a charity shop near you now?
There's charity shops near me, yeah.
All right, when I come check for you, I'm going to have to go to them.
Yeah, no, I'd like going to charity. Look, anywhere I can go get vinyl and itching for it, I'll just go. My wife knows. She sees a charity shop, you want to go in. That's one of those things.
Got it.
Go on, Shoes.
Mr. Shoes.
All right, so Let It Go came from like Dilla shit, all that drama, all that bullshit that was going on back in the day. You know what I mean? There was a lot of shit in the city going down. We ain't gonna go into details. It happened. It's in the past. It's over with. We all good now. But it was just a lot of fucking bullshit going on. And I was like, you know what? Let it go. Like the title of the album has so many layers to it, from that type of shit, personal relationships, and just layers upon layers. You know what I mean? So I just started hitting the homies up. Yeah, I had a batch or two, and actually, no, what happened is I made the whole album first. I sequenced the album first. So it was an instrumental album first, not planning on being an instrumental album. It's just how I wanted to do it. I wanted to create the movement of the record, you know what I mean? With no raps on it. And then I took all my homies, all my rap relationships, I wrote them on a piece of paper. And then it was like the old school shit where you have like the word and the definition and you got to connect the dots and shit. I got the original piece of paper around here somewhere. I was like, yo, Charlie would be dope on this. Mo would be dope on this. We'll put Tone on that. Danny on this one. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, it ain't the greatest record in the world, but it's me, and I'm goddamn proud of that motherfucker. It ain't really no skippers on it. It's something singular, though. It's not made to listen to one song. You're supposed to just press play and let that bitch ride, Got all the interludes. That's my favorite part, is the interludes. Just kind of gluing everything together. Putting little vocal drops, little dialogue over it. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's what my fucking life, that was my life 12 years ago. Absolutely. On a record.
Yeah. It's a really good album. I bought it twice. I bought the digital and I bought the CD, because it's like, there's certain, we say on the show, there's certain people, when they drop something, we don't even have to hear it. We just buy it. Like, it's, blue.
Damn you corrupts. That's the goal. Man. That's the goal in any business. I hate the word branding. I hate the word content. I hate all that words. You know what I mean? I just make it dope and just be consistent and do the same thing, if not a little bit better every time. It's all good, man. You know what I mean? It's human.
Yeah, I agree. How did you hook up with Trez Records? How did you get their interest to release it?
Trez had put out a few records from the homies, Shaw Jackson, Big Tone. And yeah, Jakara was a cool ass dude, and I thought it would be a good fit. I liked what he did for the homies. I'm not trying to go to Universal Records with this shit in 2012. You know what I mean? I know the landscape. I know how this shit works. And I just wanted to, release a document. A lot of people die without documents. It's like I got my document made. Permanent.
Yeah, Trez Records was a great label. Do you remember, is it Cos, the rapper? He's on Let It Go.
Absolutely.
Before I Awoke, that album?
Yeah.
Cos double Z?
No, that's Dreamville.
That's Dreamville. Yeah.
This album, Before I Awoke.
Actually.
Yeah, Before I Awoke. Right. I'm going to send it to you, Sumit. This album is crazy. It's got Aloe Black, Blue, Exile. It's one of those. I was listening to it this week.
There's a dude on Street Corner, the only really Nathan. Like, I put his record out on the strength because he had done a beat for Cos, and I was like, man, who made that beat, bro? Like, that shit was crazy. And I just had homies start sending me folders.
Wow.
I put all these records together for the most part. Like I said, you can't give me an album. I'm not here for that. Your music makes me feel some kind of way. I knock on the door, and it's like, you got to start giving me packs. And sometimes it's fucking 500 beats. And we get it all the way down to like 20, and then we sequence them, and then I get an idea for the artwork, and it's a record.
So what's the processing for yourself and the releases on the sequencing thing? Like, how do you, outside of the feel, is it just a feeling? Like,
it's just immediate. Like, things either sound like the beginning, the middle, or the end to me. If you're listening to them in the context of where would this fall in a project, you know what I mean? It's like, that's a beginner. Like, oh shit, that's the first joint. Oh shit, this is definitely the last one. You know what I mean? And just fill in them gaps and just make it's a journey. Just make it make sense. Make it not just be fucking 14 songs on a record.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's deep. No, because I'm always interested in the sequencing of projects. I always say on the show, I'm not like a musician and whatnot, but I'm always particularly interested in how the flow of a record. When I do stuff like audio stuff from that series or music and sound design, whatever, I just go with the feeling.
Right.
I simply go, does this feel like an intro? Like you just said, does it feel like one? Where does it feel? And like, I don't have no musical inkling in that respect. Like, right. I did GCSE music, but that's nothing, right? But it is a feeling. But I'm always interested to hear what other, if there's an art to some people, is it just an instinct for some people? It all differs.
But it's just so, like, I'm a fast worker. I do what I do, and I do it very well. I don't think there's a lot of people that can do what I do as well as I do, because I can cut fucking 200 beats down to 30 in 30 minutes, 20 minutes, because it's immediate. Don't sell me the beat in the middle of it. I might have missed a couple. There might have been a beat change or something, but it has to be a resounding, immediate fucking impact each time. You know what I mean? It's got to trigger some type of emotion. You know what I mean? You might want to rob somebody. You might want to cry. You know what I mean? You might want to hug your girl. You might want to take your kid to the park. You know what I'm saying? But it's got to be something heavy.
Yeah.
And if not, it's got to be a bridge between emotions. Like something's too crazy, but like, yo, this will fit. You know what I mean? Just easing the motion along.
I like that. Yeah. I kind of do the same with my albums as well, as feeling and telling a story. And then when you listen to everything, it's like, okay, sometimes is this missing? Or, how do, you know what? I find it's like, I think the best albums, they're sequenced in a way that when you press play, you have to listen to all of it.
Yeah.
That journey starts. Like when you start this whole playlist thing and taking songs out and switching them around, it's like, nah, it messes it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Context.
Context is key, always.
Absolutely. Sticking with sequencing though, one of my favorite albums, again, you were involved in the last couple of years, is the Gift album by Jametta Rose. Now, I'm familiar with her name. I don't know too much about her, but it's like, it was street corner music, and I said, let me get this. And crazy album. Like, crazy album. Like, one of my best from that year. But I know there's a bit of a backstory. It took a while to come out. Like, can you tell us a bit about, the process and what took so long?
We started the Gift like right after I did Let It Go. Damn near 10 years ago, 10 years ago. You know what I mean? I started the label with this series called The Gift. It was 10 volumes, and it was from, I guess what you would call obscure names, people that I knew were dope and needed a shot, or just a document. Once again, if people listen or they don't, it's on a fucking record. It's going to be here till the bombs drop. You know what I mean? Whether someone dies, their collection gets sold, it shows up in a record store, it goes to some other kid, you know what I mean? And I decided it would have been dope because Jametta's fucking incredible. The greatest song that I ever recorded, Castles. Rest in peace, my brother J1. She gave me that. Unbelievable. So I was like, let's pick a beat off of each of the gifts. 10 volumes, pick a beat off of each of them. You write a song to it. We record it. We got a record. But I'm not a sound engineer. And these records were like, there's no stems, there's no sessions. Some of these are fucking like rough MP3s. And just learning the balance of mixing and recording when you got 50 tracks of vocals and this little shitty 2-track. It's next to impossible. That shit went through probably like 6 engineers' hands. I took that shit to Daddy Kev, Low End Theory, Grammy award-winning engineer. And he had it for like 6 months, and he was like, I can't get this anywhere near a space that I would like to attach my name to. Wow. And we shelved it. We shelved it for like 2 years, like 6 years into it. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, I guess it's just a lesson. And then for some reason, one day I was like, fuck the get. I was like, my homie Magnetic is an in-house engineer at the Disc in East Point on the east side of Detroit. And me and Elzai recorded Out of Focus there in like 1996, 97, 98. You know what I mean? And he's been the in-house engineer for like Detroit rap music, like hood shit. So I know he's getting fucking trash files for decades. You know what I mean? Just waving his wands and making it wonderful. And I hit him up and I said it to him. And he was like, man, this shit is a fucking mess. But he got it done. He got it done. I was really emotional when he sent final mixes. And then right before he went to manufacturing, he was like, let me do one more pass on it. And he put like another 8-hour session on it. And I was in tears when he sent me that shit. Because I had given up, and it's an incredible record, but sometimes like, fuck, like what you gonna do? I'm not gonna release it like on some fucking lo-fi shit. Like, it's soul music. I want it to sound present, you know what I mean? And he fucking did that. Yeah, and it's a wonderful fucking record. Please check it out if you haven't had the opportunity. Jametta Rose, who was the fucking queen of Los Angeles. Yeah, The Gift, Around the Way Queen.
Yeah, when you wake up and it's fire. When you wake up, it's fire.
Yeah, I was going through some things, some personal things when I listened to the album, and it soothed me through that situation. That album right there is it's special. It's very special. Please check it out if you're listening to this. Check the album out. I beg you. Verily, verily, I say unto you, like they do in the Bible, innit? Go and check that.
Wow, biblical talk.
Yeah, man. Perfect. Over to you, bro.
You want me to throw it to me? Okay. As we're doing this interview, Shoes, I realize there's things that obviously you're far more talented than I am, but there's characteristics that we share. Getting things done quickly is something that I think has always been my thing. Whether it's crap or not, I don't know, but I work very fast. It's just who I am, how I can cut through things quite quickly. Where someone say, can you take 2 days to do this? I'll do it in 3 hours. It's not like it's like a general thing. It always has been, right?
Right.
One thing that I guess this is the kind of question for me to learn maybe from yourself, or maybe this is some self-therapy. My role as someone in the culture has always been to connect people. That's my thing, right? I've always been the British guy to connect people. I've connected people in New York for New York people who live down the block from each other but didn't do that, right? So I've always been the conduit. You've always struck me as someone who's been you've mentioned already, the vessel, connecting people, the conduit. We can use all the synonyms we want. For me, connecting people is something of value, and I enjoy it because I like to see things done. For you, was it always about the love of the music? Was it something from childhood? Because a lot of it was a childhood thing for me. The other thing is I want to have servitude to the culture because I'm brown, you know? So I always felt like I have to overcompensate by my value is I have to connect people as opposed to being an artist, a producer, etc., etc. For you, has that been the same? And then the second part of that question is how did you break away from that? What gave you that point to kind of go, I want to do stuff for me now? Because the thing I'm struggling with is I still connect people, no problem. I can do that with my eyes closed. But what do I do for me now? I don't know. So how did you kind of figure that out for yourself? And it'd be just interesting to know.
Well, I mean, like I said earlier, I just always like to share. I always like to introduce people to new things. It ain't just music. It could be food. It could be a television show or something. You know what I mean? If it strikes a chord, I want them to feel it. I never was able to get away from it. You know, when Dilla and Proof passed, I said that I had to leave because I've been taking care of a city for over 12 years and I hadn't been taking care of myself. So I was like, I got to take care of myself. And then I just came out here and did the same shit all over again. You know what I mean? I'm not driving a fucking range off of street corner music. You know what I mean? Like, I'm helping everybody else.
Yeah.
And the literal word connection means put two things together. And the thing that was so whack about the game, when you get up close to it and you start seeing it, is people try to hold them cards like close. Like they keep their Rolodex private. Like, my shit is open. What the fuck you need, man? It's not going to get in the way of anything that I'm doing. It's going to assist me at the absolute least, because if something happens, I'm the reason it fucking happened.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like,
Facts.
Don't do that clown shit. And don't feel that what I've learned is don't feel that you have to stop caring for others to care about yourself. You know what I mean? I don't think it's going to be that hard to figure out how to do both.
Yeah.
But just measure it. What do they say? You can't give with an empty cup.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying your cup's got to be filled all the time, but just make sure you got something in your cup. Just don't give it all away. Treat yourself like you treat these people that you take care of. I got friends that are some of the best people that I've ever met in my life, and they treat themselves like shit. And I was like, bro, if you were your own best friend, you'd be in such a better place. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you would treat that motherfucker better than you treat yourself, and that's you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I hear you. No, it's always been my thing to help. I'm like, I was a kid at school who would bring the new release and share it with everyone.
Every time.
Like I still vividly remember.
What'd you get this weekend? What'd you get? Hey, let's swap. I'll bring it back. We thumb them up tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Right. I remember when Coolio released his album. I brought into primary school. He's like 5-6 years old. I bought a TDK cassette because I spent the previous night dubbing it, because I used to know how to dub shit like when I was pretty young, right? Like I knew how to dub cassettes, right? Bring TDK cassettes of that. Like when I was in high school, I vividly remember doing when Tupac had How Do You Want It with on the B-side Hit 'Em Up. Like, have you heard Hit 'Em Up? Oh my God. Like, I remember, like, I've always been that. And then when I transferred into kind of the music style, hip hop side, like my thing is like, go to Sumit, he'll know what to do. And that could like be PR, podcasting, digital marketing. He'll connect you with this person, that person. Like, I put people on a record with Buster, like for free, like shit, like what the, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'd help people get signed. Like, I love doing that. It gives me a rush, and I love seeing it because I look at it like I couldn't do it. It's not for me. It's not my time. But what I've figured out as I've got to close to 40 is going, shit, what do I do? I don't have my blog anymore. I have a podcast. It's great. I know what do I do for, and I still haven't figured that out. And I guess it's the first time I've had that problem in my life. Right. Otherwise, I just zoom through and just figure it out. So I've come to like a screeching halt to kind of go.
I mean, it's a strange landscape we're dealing with now. The world has changed. We all had to sit the fuck down for 3 years, and kind of creepy leaving the crib now because the crib is so great. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's a lot of mental shit that goes along with what we've gone through. You know what I mean? That
yeah.
you got to take a minute and address with yourself. I'm trying to figure this shit out. You know, I've paid my rent off of Twitch for the last year and a half.
Yeah.
So I'm not like in a rush I'm not DJing fucking laundry money. Like, nah, you got to give me my fucking fee, homie. You know what I mean? Or I'll just be at the crib.
You just do
I'm
it.
not
Yeah.
interested in going out to parties. I've seen everybody that I enjoy. I'm not trying to be cramped in a fucking room. I'm bougie. I'm about to be 50. If I ain't backstage, I'm at the fucking crib.
I don't queue. We don't.
And I deserve that. Fuck it. I'm not being fucking high post. It's like, yo, man, fucking house shoes. I'm not about to be in the middle of all that shit, man. I'm fucking chilling. Go get a piece of pizza or something.
Yo, you remind me. I'm gonna hand over to Chris because you remind me too much of myself, bro.
No, bro, it's the truth.
British people love queues. I don't do queues.
It's the truth.
I don't queue. I
don't need to leave the house no more, bro.
No. I never been good with that. But you know what I mean? Like,
my wife hates queues. I have to tell her sometimes though, like, it's a problem when you leave the queue, but you need the item. So you still need the item, but you've left the queue. Now what happens now, innit? I have to go and queue for you.
Right.
Yeah, I hate it too. But I'm trying to teach her patience. And as I really I'm trying to teach her patience. She needs to learn patience. But still.
Nah, but I mean, there is that. But I guess what I'm saying, and maybe she's just saying, and I don't want to speak for you. You can obviously speak for yourself. But it's a thing of like, as we get older, like the things that we had to go through in order to get to an event, or it's like we don't want to, like, it's just triggering memories when you stand outside and you see a sausage full of people, just dudes just standing outside, and then the male groupies, and then they're trying to get in into the event with you and stuff. Like, it's that. Yeah. It's that.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
I don't want to stand next to some.
I didn't go through a lot of that because I was always DJing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Or it was at a venue that I DJ'd at, or I would have a relationship somewhere. But I wouldn't have a problem once in a while standing in a fucking line. I mean, like I said, we're all people, man. Sometimes,
for sure.
Sometimes we just need to be regular fucking people.
Right.
That's true.
That's it.
But I feel Sumit though, like there's certain things that I'm not doing it no more.
Yeah.
I ain't doing it. I'm going to the jazz cafe in a couple of weeks. I'm gonna go see Souls of Mischief. I ain't queuing. I'm getting there 2 hours early. I'm having a drink and I'm having some food and I'm sitting down. You lot queue outside.
Yeah.
You know what you need to do when you go to I mean, you probably have, Chris, but for the listeners, go see like Angie Stone.
Yeah.
Or someone like that at the jazz cafe.
Yeah. Put on some hard bottom shoes and go out.
For my 21st birthday, my birthday for 21st, like, what do I do? Like, I ain't got no friends in it. So I took my fake friends to see Angie Stone at the Dwelle at the jazz cafe. And he brought out Angie Stone, and that place lifted off, but it was respectful. Like, you know, I was with someone and we were like, I moved away, some dude danced, and she was like, I'm with him, and he just kindly moved away like that. And that's, you know, it was a vibe. It wasn't no hip hop like, yo, what? Like, it wasn't like, you know, it wasn't one of those ones where, like, no, this is getting way off track. But I remember I was in New York City, my guy Marzi, and we had some friends of his, and he had to drop a friend off. So he left me with two of these people, like girls I never like knew before this night. And I'm like, okay, I'm in charge of these girls. Like, I can't let anything happen to them. Not that I'm being toxic masculinity in nature, but I'm looking out for their safety. Some dude comes by and wants to dance with them, and she goes, no, I'm with him, meaning me. I'm like, yo, bro, like, you know, whatever. He's like, yo, you ever come to East New York? I'll fuck you up. I said, I'm here right now. I'm not coming to East New York. What the? Yo, you come? I just started laughing like, dude, I'm here. But anyway, at a Dwelle Angie Stone concert, you have to deal with that. If you're in a regular club that they're playing DJ Khaled, you might have to deal with that. So that's
right. Yeah, I mean, people are fucking worthless, man. You know what I mean? Frustrating. Jesus,
you know,
crap.
Look, as we wind down, and Chris, you know, feel free to jump in any questions. I've not been to LA, and I need to experience that.
Me too.
Still,
Me too.
I've not experienced LA. I've like been South by Southwest. I've kind of gone through Atlanta very briefly. New York was the place I used to always go. But LA, I have so many people out there now that I have to go experience that, the scene, the just going out. Like, I feel like it's a different vibe.
And it's the new creative capital now, isn't it? I feel like more people are moving to LA like more than ever now. Is that true, Shoes?
Oh, it's not like that. Since I came here, in July, I've been here 17 years. It's fucking crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Dude, that's a long time.
Jay died 17 years ago tomorrow.
You know what? I just felt chills when you said that. I really didn't realize it was that long.
17 years, yo. It's crazy.
I remember where I was and what I was doing when I heard that news. Can't repeat it on the podcast, but I remember.
Oh, yeah.
I remember.
I remember. Yeah. Every time, he's still here. I mean, he's still the best. Ain't nobody fucking gotten close. It's kind of frustrating.
I ain't gonna lie, you see that guy, yeah, I wasn't gonna get into it. He was a different gravy, man. It's different, bruv. It's just different. I'm not a producer, so I can't explain it in technical terms, but right. I'm just like, I go with feeling. You know what you said about the sequencing? And his music just makes me feel every human emotion I could possibly feel.
Singular. I like singularities. I don't
elaborate for me.
If you sound like something else, if I can reverse engineer you, I'm going to listen to the root. I'm not going to listen to the branch.
Bars.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm cool with that. Everything is so fucking derivative. You know what I mean? Like, I need singularities. I need the one-on-ones. And it's a fucking very good collection of one-on-ones over here. You know what I mean? But Jay's the one. Jay's not the one-on-one. He's just the one.
Yeah.
That was my fucker, man.
He is, 100%.
And I think we have to accept that we're not going to hear something better. So we're just not constantly disappointed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I don't know how you guys feel, but in some ways I feel like there's a reassurance that like he will remain the best forever. Like no one's gonna touch that because I
mean, no one's came close in 17 and like the shit, like, he died 17 years ago. I played shit from fucking, 25 years ago that ain't nobody close to. That's a quarter of a century. It's a generation. You know what I mean?
When I talk about rap, I always talk about football. Some people are just on a different planet. Soccer, some people you can't touch them. They were able to, the impact. Like you could take all the boxes of what the hip hop Twitter debate criteria is. Yeah. He's just there and he's on his own. And sometimes it's good for no one to kind of besmirch that or kind of even try to go, oh, but so and so is better. No, he's just on his own. On his own planet.
I have learned, I think one of the most valuable things I've learned in the last few years is stop saying that something is the best. We all need to do that. Even if we think it is, just say it's your favorite.
It's easier, isn't it?
Yeah. Say it's your favorite and stop arguing with motherfuckers who ain't going to get it, who don't get it, because we're not even arguing about the fucking art. We're not arguing about the beats. We're arguing about their fucking opinion. Your opinion is arguing with their opinion. You feel me? It's not like nothing is getting handled. There's no progression. It's cool. I mean, you can have like discourse and talk about it creatively and all that, but all that, like, one's got to go and all that.
Oh, I hate that. Listen,
that shit is the most simple shit I've seen, man.
On this podcast.
How about one ain't gotta go?
Yeah.
One ain't gotta go. Like, let's get another one.
I said one time, sorry to cut you. I said one time, someone said one's gotta go. I said, no, I'll go. Keep all of those. You see,
what you guys are just demonstrating is the eloquent way to kind of, I would just say to the person who wrote that, your mum's gotta go. That's what I've got to say. Your mum's gotta go.
But listen, like,
no,
we gotta grow up one day. You know what I mean? You could say the same exact shit. I mean, the artist response is no response.
True.
What the fuck you doing in the comment section in the first place?
No, it's true. It's true. It's true. It's true. No,
if there's a worse place in this dimension than any comment section ever, please tell me. And when you realize that, why the fuck are you there? Why do you even read the comments? Like, who fucking cares what anybody, like, read the piece. Take what you take from it. Why are you scrolling and like, what is that? And that's what they got us all caught up in, man. They fucking won, yo. Like, Death Scroll is more valuable to the enemy than the invention of gunpowder or the bullet. Death Scroll has killed more people in this world than bullets. Motherfuckers just... When the motherfucker came up with that shit, like, wait, we can make it so it just scrolls forever. That's one of the most devastating inventions in the history of fucking mankind. Yeah. I'm 48 years old and I'm fucking...
That's all we're doing.
You know what I mean?
No, that's all we're doing. We got all the value. You know, we TikTok, you got Instagram Reels. You just constantly
Spaces,
just
Clubhouse.
They're like, you got to make Reels now, and I'm like, no, I fucking don't.
No. You are real. You don't need to make Reels. You are real.
You're a highlight reel already.
Like, don't let any of these motherfuckers tell you got to do something that you don't want to do. You don't have to do some bullshit. I never got a Snapchat. I'm not getting a fucking TikTok.
Nah, me neither.
YouTube Shorts. I'm not gonna fucking waste my energy on that shit because all that shit is fucking everything up. That's why my daughter can't watch anything for more than 30 seconds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They've minimized thought so much. It's ridiculous. I'm like, I need you to watch. If you're going to watch something, it's got to be at least an hour long right now. All right. And you're going to write me a little piece of paper about what you just watched when you're done. It's crazy, man.
Yeah. For the kids.
Sorry, go ahead, Sumit.
No, I was going to say for the kids is data. We can joke and laugh and stuff, or I could. But generally speaking, for the kids, like I've got a young daughter and I'm scared as hell to kind of how do we navigate through? Like, how do we navigate through? There's the element of like, okay, social media, and then you got the weird elements of the dark nature of the web and how easy it is to get trapped into that. Then you got, cyberbullying and how, yes, we had bullying, yes, we had fights, and yes, we had these things, but now it's amplified because it can be shared not just in your area but the entire world. You can embarrass people, revenge porn.
I used to have to fucking sneak into my parents' bedroom when they were at work and like find the porno magazine. I had to find it with move them because they could tell I was finding the motherfuckers. You know what I mean? I'm terrified of that shit. Like,
yeah, it's mad.
Laptops, tablets, like, you can't control a child that wants to beat off.
No, because like even social, I mean? Yeah, like even social, they can create different profiles. They can like it's
exactly.
so sophisticated now that they're ahead of the parents. The parents have got to be ahead of the game.
Yeah, my 13-year-old nephew texts me. Like, I'm like, oh man, like you was just a baby the other day. He texts me. He goes, "Have you gone for your walk today? Have you drank water?" I'm like, first of all, you're too damn nosy. Stop texting me. But it's just like at one point he's gonna send me a Facebook request. It's coming. Yeah. It's coming. I'm shook.
Yeah, I mean, all we can do is lead by example, man. I thought Facebook was whack, right? And I was talking so much about Facebook. And I deleted my Facebook over a decade ago. You know what I mean? Don't let anybody tell you that we need any of this shit. We don't need none of it. Only reason I need an Instagram is because it's it's like, I'm putting records out and shit. And I got, I do need it for my business shit. But personally, I don't fucking need that shit. I don't give a fuck what none of you motherfuckers are doing. I don't care. But I still look at that bitch for like 600 hours a day.
At least you can be honest though and admit it, because
like you're doing it and you're like, man, what the fuck am I doing?
I use social media when I'm bored, but obviously for the podcast I use it, and obviously connection is fine, but like I could do without it. I just deactivated my Twitter. I couldn't give two shits. Like it's there only for legacy. Like I'll go there, reactivate it, then another 30 days, deactivate it. And I just don't, I have I used to be the head of digital who didn't give a shit about social media. And like, I can go through a phase, but like, I've got to use it because you've got to stay relevant. But then I don't give a shit about that. I like Instagram because it keeps me in touch with my friends and I like to support them, right? Like, I like Like I like seeing that, right? But then
Right.
they could also send me a WhatsApp if they needed to. But the way things are going, like social and like I feel quite good when I'm not on social. I only use it when I'm putting my kid to sleep, so I'm bored. So I scroll and just go, I'm bored, let it sleep, cool. But now I'm just going, nah, screw it. Twitter's off, cool. I need to find something else. Want to read a book, an ebook, find something else useful in my time rather than being, entrusted into that kind of circle. But no, I hear you, bro. I hear you.
No TikTok for breaking atoms for sure.
No, we do. I set up just now as we were talking. I've set up a TikTok. It's called Break the Atoms.
You're a clown,
and I've got me and you doing AI dances. It's me and you doing
you're a
the
natural
mini rock.
clown. You're a natural clown, bro.
Yeah, like, fucking, I'm drawing, and my first post is gonna be me hanging myself.
Wow.
Okay. On that note, Shoes, we appreciate you, man.
For sure.
We appreciate the candidness, the chat. You're always welcome back anytime you need. We want to come and chat. Anything.
If y'all want to chop it up, I'm here, bro. Let's do it. I don't give a fuck. I'm trying to be more visible without me having to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
fair.
I think that'll pique interest to get some of these fucking records. So, you know what I mean? I'm all about it.
Absolutely, man. We appreciate you, man. God bless and stay in touch. And
yeah, man. Thank you.
You'll be back soon, bro. We'll be back soon on Breaking Out, man. Appreciate you.
Got it.
Yo, that was a good conversation. We went into societal talk.
Yep.
In the end there, but like he's a good guy. Again, appreciate Sean for linking us up. Like I said, we got some fan requests on having Shoes on the podcast, and Sean immediately hit me up and said, "Yo, I seen people want Shoes. Do you want the hookup?" I was like, "Oh yes, please."
Yeah, community sharing, innit? Community sharing, bro.
Yeah.
I'm
not sharing anything with anyone.
Bro, the only thing I can share with people at this moment, given what's going on in my life, having a very busy schedule and a sick wife, all I can do is give you my thoughts and prayers. Whatever that means.
Okay, yeah. Thoughts and prayers. But you at this point just need to have the hand prayer emoji. Don't you need to do that at this point?
That's in my favorites, bro.
You just have to do that, right?
Yeah, just bro.
Push that.
Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers,
man. But you good otherwise?
Yeah, I'm hearing it. I'm out hearing it.
I do like I want to say I like your little setup in the back. I wanted to say that the other time.
This is the new crib, isn't it? So
yeah, I see you got the little brother and Justice for all.
Yeah, Justice. So in the back there. So if you're watching on YouTube, hold on, I've got to do it.
Before you smash that like button, go ahead.
Before I talk through what I have in the background there, you need to smash the like button.
Smash it, man.
YouTube.
Smash it, bro.
Smash it. Because if you smash it, it means that we become bigger and better and the best podcast in the entire universe. So smash that like button. Damn, I should have said at the beginning too. Also, I should have said to Shoes, because I think Shoes would have just smacked me through the TV screen.
You know what I've taken away from that conversation with Shoes? He's cool, and I think I could have a laugh with him, but he don't tolerate fools. He's not on it.
But he's not got the time for it.
He's not on it, bro. He's not on it, bro. If you're an idiot, he's not on it, bro.
Yeah, if you ask a silly question, you will get not a silly response, but you will get a response that's apt of your question.
Yeah.
And I respect that. Yeah,
you get a like for like answer.
I respect that. I like people like that because you know where you stand with them, and I like that.
And that's
you know
it.
What I mean?
Yeah, I noticed how you got the ghetto millionaire in the back as well. I like that setup, bro. It seems like a very relaxing space.
Yeah, so let's explain this, right? So this is my section of the room. This is my desk. Get a millionaire. I'm gonna say it anyway. There it is. There. We were gonna have Raw Flush. He didn't turn up, so we have to sort that again. It's Madlib, Freddie Pinata. That's
the reissue.
Blue in Exile.
Mm-hmm.
That's one. Yeah, and then I got Leanne LaHavis. I love that album. It's a brilliant album.
I've got one of her albums. The first one is it big enough? Why does that sound like
might be big enough? This album, that album is brilliant.
Pause on that.
Brilliant. Sorry, I don't do pause. And then we've got Sean's Game, Justice for All. We've got the Mick Boogie,
God's Gift.
We've got Shine Bright by Danielle Smith, Michael Eric Dyson. Do you know what I mean? Kathy's book, Aaliyah. I got LaRussell's signed copy of I Hate When.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you who that was. I'm not familiar with that cover.
That's LaRussell.
Okay.
And then what else have I got? I got Devlin. I got the
I see you with Drake.
I got the 7-inch Breaking Bad, and I've got why I'm not talking about race as well, just for my peoples and that.
Okay.
Just let it
What's
know
her
and
name?
just let it know.
What was her name? Oh God, the author's name. Forgotten her name.
Oh, Rennie Eddie Lodge.
Yes.
Yeah. I keep the things here. But no, it's the new crib. So
it's a nice space. In my background, I've got my air fryer.
Yeah, but everyone loves the air fryer, don't it?
Bro, my air fryer, bruv, I got a 15-in-1 in it. It's an air fryer, pressure cooker.
15.
Bro, I'd be cooking up some. Bro, I might start breaking Adam's food channel, bro.
So you can do like chicken and all that stuff,
bro.
And, like,
I'm basic in it. I know you don't eat meat, but you know, like it's got this function called steam roast. So when you steam the chicken, it steams it and it's so juicy. And then when you air fry it, the skin is crispy, but it's still juicy on the inside, fam.
Okay.
Bruv,
I understand.
Bruv, I'm gonna start breaking that food channel so we can smash
TikTok,
that like button even more.
On TikTok.
No, I've been doing a lot of cooking. There's a guy called AB, Smoking and Grilling with AB. On YouTube, and he does like really cool recipes. Like he's made me feel a lot more confident in the kitchen. Actually, shout out to him.
That's good. I mean, air fryers will help too. Air fryers have been a godsend for many people. So smash that like button, and maybe we'll get a sponsorship with an air fryer company. I'm gonna put my hoodie on because I want to, and I don't really know why. Now I look like
why have you put your hoodie on at the end of the interview?
I look like one of them, like Darth.
Yeah, bro. You look like a Sith Lord.
Yeah, Sith Lord.
I love the Siths, bro. I love them.
Yeah, I need to cut my beard as well. That's another thing. I'm just telling you at this point my household chores because it's late.
Bro, you look like a Bible character with that beard still.
I look like a what?
You look like a Bible character, bro.
A Bible character.
Yeah,
I don't know what.
You look like an Asian Michael McDonald.
I was going for Asian Michael Portillo, so we'll do Michael McDonald.
We can work with that. Michael McDonald, though.
Yeah, safe. But no, man, I appreciate you. How are you doing? Otherwise, you good?
I'm good, boy. Yeah, I'm really good, man. I've had a good week. The new season of You is out, so I'm gonna sit back.
Is this the Stalker program?
Yeah, man. It's fetishizing stalking, but it's a fairly attractive white man, so it's cool, isn't it?
Okay. So when it's yes. If it was an Asian or a black guy,
bro, you see, if me and you was doing what he was doing. Yeah. Oh, we would be out of here, fam.
We'd be out of here. Okay.
I know it's a show in it, but still.
No, but
But I'm good, bro. I'm good.
A lot of money goes to these really funky shows, like a serial killer that eats people.
Well,
and
bro, look at that sad story about the young lady that's gone missing. I think her name is Nicola Bully.
Yeah,
she's gone missing, and bro, you're seeing the fascination of true crime actually come to life now, because you've got people with sharing conspiracies online, going to the last spot she was seen. Yeah, and it's like, no, this is a real person that's gone missing. It's not a joke.
Yeah,
don't do that.
Yes. Indeed,
I wanted to say one last thing as well. There's a label. I don't know if you're familiar with them. I know you're a vinyl guy. Shout out to 90s Tapes.
90s. Oh yeah, no, they're cool. I bought stuff from they're Germany, right? HVV.
Berlin. I made my first order this morning, man. Dude, they released some really good projects, man.
Yeah, they do stuff like Bush Babies, who I won the podcast too.
Yes.
They've done stuff for them in the past. I like what they're doing.
I ordered the Juggernauts this morning. And there's an album called Life and Time by a group called The Bums that I've never heard, but everyone keeps saying this album is sick.
Right.
And they ended up reissuing it today, so I bought me a copy.
Yeah, no, they do some good stuff. 90s Tapes. It's a good place for if you want to buy some quintessential stuff. Like they did Cellar Dwellers.
Yes, they did.
Not long ago. But it depends on the project. I'm sometimes a bit bougie in the sense that I want the original pressing, not the reissue.
I was gonna say. Yeah, I understand.
And my reason only for that is, and I say that having just put in an order for De La Soul stuff today.
Okay. You don't have those?
I have 3 Feet High and Rising, but I bought again the reissue. So I have the original. Why? Just because sometimes there's two things. One is I like what they've done with the packething. And
is it like a gatefold?
No, this is a cassette I bought the cassettes. So I have the cassettes of like I think I have Stakes is High cassette. I have De La Soul is Dead, and I think I have 3 Feet High and Rising. I definitely, because some stuff is still in other places, but I definitely have 3 Feet High and Rising on cassette. So I bought some De La Soul stuff. The second reason I bought, outside of the presentation, second reason is it's money going to them this time. Right, so because Reservoir Media, shout out to what's her name? Jesus, she did Illmatic.
Faith Newman.
Faith Newman, thank God. Shout out to Faith Newman. Reservoir Media, because they helped them get the rights for their music. Now the money's going to them, not Tommy Boy and whatnot.
That's true.
So
I'm not buying it again though, but I hear you.
But some of it is just kind of go, you know what, actually, why not? So I think I buy reissues, but I like to buy the originals.
I hear you. Well, yeah, I'm the same. But there's this album, The Life and Times, it's really expensive.
Yeah, I can imagine. Like when you're buying OG pressing of that, it's kind of hard to find. So and people jack up the prices. Yeah. But I do like my original
wherever possible.
But if I really like it, then I'm just like, yeah, I'll buy the reissue. It's not a problem. And I think, to be fair, like Just Blaze is the one who said to me, "Why do you care about if it's a reissue? OG, just enjoy it." And I was like, "All right, okay, you're right." And he was like, "I'll buy reissue. I don't care."
I was gonna say, man, Just Blaze got money, man. You buy the originals and then turn around saying to us mortal people.
No, I'm just saying, like, you know, I understand his point. So I was like, yeah, I should get out of that bougie mentality of.
But there's a charm though in it, because you have to admit though, sometimes it's, I don't know, as a musician, the original press, I guess, is this is how it was intended. When you're dealing with a reissue, you've got the reissue label. Sometimes the quality of the repress ain't the same. And I know I'm sounding like an audiophile right now. Just buy whatever you want, innit? That's what I'm trying to say.
Buy whatever
really.
You want. Whatever makes it. But I think for people I say this. I guess Shoes would have had a lot to talk about on this, being that he's a music connoisseur. You're right about the pressing, also the weight. So sometimes, like, you know, like you'll get the splatter version of a West Side Gun, you know, Hitler Wears Hermes 3, whatever, right?
Yeah.
The splatter doesn't make it. Does sometimes the quality of the splatter or the quality of the color vinyl isn't conducive to the pressing, doesn't help, or the weight of it changes, or whatever. So like there's, when you go real deep into it, for people who like to collect, some people just like, hey, I just want 128 gram black vinyl because I just like the way it sounds and whatnot. Some people like the colors. The other thing is people like to buy vinyl and not open them and not play them.
And I had a question here for Shoes as well, just how he feels about the repress, because I remember Carr, he wrote a tweet one day and he was like, you know, people are complaining about the condition that the records are arriving in. I pack them securely. I know that when they're in transit, sometimes they can get thrown around. And he made a point. He was like, look, there's people out here that actually want to listen to the album. So if you want a refund, just send me back the record and I'll refund you.
Yeah, I mean, it can happen. I don't think, to be fair, like, even when I've bought from Discogs, or like if I bought a vinyl that's come, like if Alchemist or whoever it is, like, I never have problems with the vinyl itself. Like, I don't have a problem with, you know, if this come a cut. I mean, thank God. Sometimes it can happen. But I like to play the vinyl. I just don't, I've not had a chance to sit down and open the records, but I love ripping up vinyl. Like when we got this space behind me in order to get my wife involved, I was like, oh, here's the Friends vinyl. So it's like the Friends, I bought that. I was like, here's the Friends vinyl. Do you want to play that? Oh, here's a new Kendrick album. Let's rip that open, and just like go through the process of that.
You're sharing.
It's a sharing thing. So I you know, oh shoot, I bought this, you know, 5, you know, remember 5?
No, but five had a couple.
I've got like 5 7-inches, like, you know, Keep It Moving. I think Keep It Moving, or whatever the songs were, but like Backstreet Boys, and like 7-inch vinyl. So like I can go, hey, let's listen to that, and
that's important. I found out the other day. There's a vinyl collection behind me. Roxy's got an original pressing of The Listening, bro.
Wow.
I said, this is my wife.
Yeah,
see what I mean?
That's deep.
I looked at it and I said, this is why.
Yeah, that's deep. I found, I mean, I know Ninth Wonder found it recently, so I had to find it as well, but he recently found, or he was giving it away, the Godson, Ninth's Godson. He was like, I'll give it away for free. I have found one. I've got one. I've got a copy.
What, he was giving away vinyl?
No, the CD. He's like, I've got one CD, because they didn't really press it on vinyl. Well, they did on Ill Will Records, which is strange to me, even though it was like
I had that CD and I don't know where it is.
Yeah,
I had the double with the one with the second childhood remix and all the instrumentals. They sold it on hiphopsite.com.
That's exactly it. They did it exactly. So I think he had that, and he's like, I've got this copy, I'm giving it away, whatever. But like, music for me is like finding music and buying music is kind of therapy. It's a journey. It's like I I don't sometimes go in knowing what I want to buy. I just go in and go, where am I going? Where am I taking? And I just go through all the different sections, 90s, Britpop, flipping The Who. And if I come across something where I'm like, oh shoot, I know the sample for this, I'm like, I'm buying that. Like there's a program called, what's it called? Person of Interest. And I used to watch that. It's on Netflix, I think, some cop drama. But they had this really good, like, The Who track. And I was like, what the hell is this song? And it has in the subtitles, like, I'm going to buy the original press. Yeah, but I was like, I'm going to buy the original pressing of that vinyl. And like, they're not Fleetwood Mac. And, you know.
I do that a lot. TV shows are discovery because it's people like us are now working in the TV.
Yeah, but no, I'm not doing it. I'm not on it.
I mean, people. When I say people like us,
I need to be everywhere, innit?
People of our age, innit? People of our age. There's the reason why Illmatic could be part of Ozark.
Man, fuck Ozark, man.
You didn't watch it?
I've watched it. I don't think I finished it.
No, man, Ozark was hard, bruv.
Ozark was hard. Like, it's a great. Going to what she was saying.
People gotta relax.
Yeah,
people gotta relax.
This is turning into a mini episode on its own.
No, it's fine, bro. People like to hear us talk, man. Remember, innit? We like you, but we don't like you.
We like you, we don't like you. This is true. What I was going to say was, like, I think people need to relax on their ranking of TV shows too, man. Just, it's your favorite,
bro.
It's your favorite.
You know when I realize it's a problem? I got friends.
I don't have
It's not a problem because some of them I love them, innit? But it's when I know you don't.
Sorry.
But when people are asking me, where do you rank this in daily conversation? I'm like, all right, okay, enough now, innit? Like, free me, innit? Free me from this bondage, innit?
People get so gassed about TV shows, man. I don't know what it is.
I don't know how people do work. Like, bro, I know people who've seen, I swear they've seen every TV show. And I'm like, how do you work, bro?
They don't work. Unless they're watching it while they're working, which isn't really watching it because you can't
do that
really
a lot now. People do that a lot.
But like, I don't know. People got to relax. I mean, I keep starting with Ozark. And I think I've got like 2 episodes left. And I just can't be...
It happens, bro.
Jack Jones. I can't be
It happens,
asked.
bro. I'm watching Your Honor at the moment. Bryan Cranston.
My brother told me about that a long
Show's
time
hard,
ago.
bro.
It's a good show. It's a good show.
He plays... Have you watched it?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so he plays a judge. Just real quick.
Yes.
He plays a judge in New Orleans. His son is involved in a hit and run.
Oh.
But the guy who his son kills in the hit and run is the son of a gangster.
Oh.
So then the gangster man's like... He basically covers up for his son during the hit and run because he knows what will happen to him if my man finds out. And it's really a story about just the moral decay of someone who was once an upstanding member of society. But it's a real kind of inward look because you think to yourself, well, how far would you go to protect someone you love?
Bit like Man on Fire, Denzel. Not Man on Fire, the other
hard
one.
film. That's a hard film.
Not Man on Fire, the other one where his kid goes in the hospital.
I don't know, man.
I keep forgetting.
Well, the Equalizer, innit? No, it's not that one.
No, Equalizer. There's one where
I'm talking rubbish, bro.
No, it's fine. Equalizer is okay though. I like Denzel. Denzel's that one.
Yeah. Denzel gets love over here, innit? Come on, Breaking Atoms, Denzel.
No. It's I have to say Denzel because I'm trying to what the black guy in me because I always want to be black in it. I love Denzel, bro.
No, bro, we all love Denzel.
No, I love Denzel.
Denzel is the only black man out here who can go outside with no shape up.
Why? What's wrong with the shape? What's the shape up?
Look at his shape up.
What's wrong with his shape up?
There is no shape up. That's what's wrong. And we don't care.
I don't understand.
That's why I wrote on Wishful Thinking. I said, I wish that Denzel would go and get a shape up. Bruv, he's got no shape up. His lines are a mess.
I'm confused. Maybe I'm missing something here. I don't.
Bruv, look at Denzel's shape up, bruv. You've been around me. Yes, bro.
Right, okay.
You've been around me. You know how my lines get down, innit? Denzel has no shape up, bruv. No line up. I don't care what you call it. Yeah. He ain't got it.
So he could be a great actor, but we put points down on him because he doesn't have a shape. No, we don't.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
The mortal man, the common person, would have Denzel's hairline and be out of here, right?
Okay. I got you.
But that's Denzel.
No,
even with the lack of the shape up, you're still the guy.
Listen. I found the movie that I was referring to.
What's it called?
It's called John Q.
I've heard of that one.
John Q is a good movie.
Okay.
Denzel has a number of great movies.
Well, classics, bro.
He should have won the Oscar for Malcolm X, and he didn't.
Of course, but you know why?
I know why. And I was talking to my brother about this. He was saying like Spike Lee at the time was saying he didn't want certain people of a certain I guess, class, race to review the album because he knew they wouldn't get it. He wouldn't get what they were trying to do. Malcolm X is a movie. I mean, Denzel killed that. But there's Antoine Fisher, there's John Q, there's Man on Fire, there's Deja Vu. I mean, equal, like...
Training Day, bro.
Training Day, American Gangster. Like, you could just go through Bone Collector, I mean, that's a bit scary, and I don't like scary movies. I have to watch it through the daytime.
Grow up, innit?
But no, I have to. But even that, like, all right, everyone has something. Crimson Tide, bro. Talk to me like
I'm going to be honest
Tide.
with you. You're saying a bunch of movie titles I haven't seen, but you know what? I think I'm going to have to do my Denzel research this year. I'm not a movie guy.
You know, like, see what I love about Denzel on it? He did Malcolm X, and he did Cry Freedom too.
I've seen Malcolm X. I've never seen Cry Freedom. Bro, I just watched Taxi Driver the other day.
What, De Niro?
Yeah. Bro, I watched Falling Down for the first time last year.
Falling Down
Michael
is...
Douglas.
When he goes crackpot, yeah? That's
Bruv,
me.
that film was hard.
That's me.
That film was hard.
Yeah. The Denzel you know, they talk about De Niro, Pacino, whatever. Right? I get it, right? Pacino, let's get some film talk, innit? Dylan, holler at me, yeah, let's get some film talk, right? So, Dylan Green, because he has real notes. Let's get into some film talk now,
I thought you were talking about Bridget and Dylan. I thought, how you know Dylan, bruv?
Yeah, Bridget, I know Dylan.
Like, shout out Dylan Green and Dylan Banton.
Yeah. Shout out both Dylans, yeah?
Yeah.
So you see Al Pacino in it. He's a good actor. He's revered because he did Scarface. He did Godfather. Me, as a snob, when I watch movies, I find that Al Pacino, as great as he is, and this may be sacrilegious, blasphemous, whatever you want to call it, innit? Like, he shouts a lot, right? And that's not acting to me, just shouting, innit? Right? And the thing that was great about him in The Godfather was he kept composure. As he goes on from, like, Son of a Woman, and then he goes on, and then he gets more shoutier and shoutier and shoutier. Like, look at Heat. Brilliant, great movie.
Bro, bear in mind, I remember I said I haven't seen any of these, innit?
I'm just saying to you, what I'm saying is, like, they talk about Pacino being a great actor. And he is, because he can command a screen. And when you think about filming, you talk about framing and all those things. And he knows where the camera is, and he knows how to hold he's got great presence, right? But he shouts a lot. When you talk about De Niro doesn't need to shout to convey the emotion and what he's feeling. And of course, everyone's different. But Pacino shouts. Denzel can shout his head off. But Denzel can be calm and collected and own that screen. And
ladies and gentlemen, this is Sumit Sharma speaking. I said nothing about Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, none of them, man, innit? It's him. His name is Sumit. You can direct all your hate mail, cancellation requests at this brother here looking like Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Look at post Godfather, like Glenn Ross, right? Great movie. Brilliant movie. Pacino's in there, plays a salesman. Glenn Ross is a great movie, but I love that movie. Shouting Pacino. Don't even shout, bro.
But MOP shouting, you love them.
No. MOP are conveying an emotion, right? Pacino shouts listen, man, they don't shout every single song like there. They kind of do, but they're mash out posse. Al Pacino for the characters, they need to shout all the time. Like, go back to the calm, collected, like, go to that. No.
But you know what I'm going to say to you, innit? If you don't want to hear him shouting, go watch something else.
That's true. But I love Pacino. I'm just saying I love Denzel more than I love Pacino. That's
I like Denzel, man, by default.
Like the taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3, which is the remake of the original. Like, Denzel's brilliant in that. So is John Travolta. I'm
going to do my Denzel research this year, man.
Inside Man.
I watched Man on Fire. I loved Man on Fire.
Look, bruv, The Great Debaters. Oh my God.
I loved Man on Fire. I bought it on DVD.
Yeah. But yeah, Denzel. I love Denzel, bro.
Yeah, but still got no shape up, but safe. No, bro, I'm telling you, man. You always know the measure of a man. If he can get through without a shape up, he's good gravy, bro.
I should be scared at this point, I think, because, like, De Niro and Hove had beef in it when he mentioned De Niro on the Empire State of Mind track.
So what's De Niro's problem?
He had beef with the fact that he mentioned his name in a not so nice way.
Tell Robert De Niro to shut up, man.
No, he didn't like. He didn't.
Tell him, listen, bro.
They had words and that, like,
tell
some
him to
flipping Mr.
I
Chow
remember
side.
at the restaurant, innit?
Yeah.
Tell him to shut up. Tell him I said that, innit? Shut up.
You're saying that now.
Yeah, nah, my name is Christopher Wayne Mitchell, the second son of Eileen and Ansel Mitchell, yeah? I was born on the same day as Prince William. I ain't even got to give you the birthday. Do your Googles. Tell Robert De Niro I said, shut up.
Who were you born the same day with?
Prince William.
Fuck that guy, bro.
Yeah, I was born in the same hospital too.
Wow.
My mum and Princess Diana had the same consultant.
That's deep.
He never come to see me that day though.
Shout out to Diana. But William.
Nah, bruv, I was saying the other day, yeah.
Oh.
You see, Princess Diana had an Instagram. Oh my day. Bro, you know what they call bad bitches?
Oh my God.
Princess Diana.
We're not doing
bro,
this.
listen to me. Let me finish, innit?
No, we're not.
Princess Diana would have mashed up Instagram, bro.
This is you talking.
This is Christopher Wayne Mitchell speaking, bro. Princess Diana would have had Instagram on smash.
Oh my Lord.
Tell me I'm wrong, bro. You see when Princess Diana goes,
you're wrong.
Bruv, imagine Princess Diana at the Rock brunch. Rock Nation brunch, bro.
Oh my God.
Imagine Princess Diana at the Rock Nation brunch.
Are you seriously telling me that you're having me picture a picture of Snow Allegra and Princess Diana together at the Rock Nation brunch, which is a picture taken by Lenny S.
Bro,
oh my Lord.
Princess Diana would have mashed up Instagram, bruv. She would probably be the most followed person on Instagram if she was alive. I was saying it to Roxy the other day. What? Princess Diana in Africa.
But you're making it out like she's putting thirst traps out. Like
I'm not saying thirst traps. She was a very attractive woman, first of all.
Okay.
Secondly, she was a fashion icon, right? A charitable work as well. Bro, she would have been out of here.
Yeah, that I agree. That I agree with like the charity work.
Can you imagine if Princess Diana and Dodie and that went on holiday and put it on Instagram? It's over, fam. It's over. Believe me.
Oh my Lord! I think we've descended into depths unknown, bro. What is?
No, bro. Listen, this is how I think.
Princess Diana at the Rock brunch with a picture taken by Lenny S.
Princess Diana at the Rock Nation brunch. Okay. Would have shut down the internet.
Do you know what really chuckled me? Speaking of Rock Nation brunch, is the picture of Tupac with the leafy background.
That finished me, bro. That finished me, bro. People need to relax. People need to relax. Hey, listen, yeah. I don't want none of these internet men to get their hands on my none of my fault, nothing. Please leave me alone. Leave me alone.
It's done, man. You're already in the internet. You're already there.
I'm asking you to leave me alone. Leave. You see me, Christopher Mitchell? Don't put my listen.
I don't know what's happened today. I think we're both tired.
When we finish, I want you to sit down and think about this. Yeah, Princess Diana at the Rock Nation brunch and tell me.
I got a lot of love for Princess Diana, man. Like I got a lot of love for Princess Diana. But like, I just want to say F William, innit? Like I don't like that guy.
No, he's an idiot. He's an idiot, bro. He's an idiot and he's a ballad. And he's a ballad. Yeah, he's an idiot and he's a ballad, innit? Like I don't like the fact I was born in the same day as you, but I can't change that. Innit?
But he's going for his brother and that, like I don't know.
But I'll be honest with you, I don't think I reckon William can fight still.
You think William can fight? Oh my Lord.
Bro, look at. Bro, we see Williams ballad. Can you imagine getting a headbutt with that? What? Right across the bridge of your nose.
That's
you
so
are
bad.
Finished. Finished.
Yeah, the internet cracks me up. There's some funny people out there. No, William, man. Oh, that's an interesting fun fact about you, though.
Yeah, man.
You know when you do those kind of like when you work in a new place and say, 2 truths, 1 lie, you should use that.
Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't it, but I don't care in it.
Okay, fine.
I'm also related to Boney M.
Okay.
By the rivers of Babylon, they're like my second, third cousin, something like that.
I have 7-inch vinyl with Boney M.
Yeah, man. They're Mitchells, innit? Read the credits.
Yeah,
man.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
I don't know what to say.
Say nothing, innit? It's just Princess Diana at the Rock Nation brunch.
No, I don't.
Mad likes, bro. Mad likes on IG, fam.
Oh my God. I can't,
sorry,
bro.
I'm sorry.
B dot and Princess Diana.
Bro, you're laughing. You're going on like, bro. You see if B dot ever saw Princess Diana, you're acting like he won't pull out the phone and take a snap. Of course he would.
I'm gonna keep it real. I know B dot. I don't think he would have cared. Or who's that? I don't know.
Excuse me.
He wouldn't have cared, bro. He wouldn't have cared.
All right.
Listen, anytime I've seen B dot talk to B dot, it's rap talk. It's how big would G Unit out there? How big would Dipset
Bro,
out there? Like the
bro,
mixtape, this, that. It's,
Princess Diana was getting shouted out on rap songs in 1996, fam.
No, I know. I know. I'm just saying. I don't think B Dot would have cared. I just say
I would. If I was at the Rock Nation brunch and I saw Princess Diana, straight IG story.
No, for sure. Like Princess Diana was a G. I got a lot
Straight
of love
up.
for. I got a lot of love for. I just don't want her at the Rock Nation brunch.
Nah, I'll be honest with you. When I woke up this morning,
DJ Khaled and Princess Diana. No, I don't
bro,
want that.
I ain't gonna lie. When I woke up this morning, I didn't think I'd be talking about Princess Diana at the Rock Nation brunch, but I can't get it out of my head now, bro.
No, then Khaled's gonna get her on a song. It's not. No, I don't want that. You get like an ad lib in it. We the best. Princess Di.
Yeah,
Janet.
all of that.
We the best with the Rick Ross. And maybe no, I don't want any of that.
She'll probably do a new tag in it. That Maybach music, Princess Diana, bro. She can do it, man.
Oh, we've descended into darkness. Right, as always, you can follow us on social media at Break the Atoms. Chris's handle is at I Am Kinetic. Mine's is at Hip Hop Chronicle, but I'm deactivated, so screw you all.
Safe.
We appreciate House Shoes for his time and his candidness. Chris, take care of yourself. We'll be back very soon.
You do the same.
With another episode. Until then, peace.
Peace.